Hey, what's up, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of Get Close. I'm your co-host, Gio.
And I'm Bart. Did you just burp in your mouth?
Yeah, I totally did.
That's disgusting.
Why? Where else am I supposed to burp?
You're a lady.
What,
Ladies don't do that.
You didn't hear it.
You know, like I saw.
I could burp on command. Well, that's not me. Okay, well, I guess I'm not as special as I thought I was. What other fucking dream do you want to kill of mine?
I'll tell you, you're living a dream because you're with me. What do you think?
Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Well, I know someone that wasn't living a dream growing up.
Who?
You.
That's true.
At what age? I'm just gonna dive right into it.
Dive.
At what age were you in preparation to becoming a monk?
In preparation?
That's what it felt like. It felt like that's what your mom wanted.
You know what's crazy? I actually brought that up with my mom when I was a kid.
When you were a kid?
Yeah, it's so weird.
You brought it up when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's so weird because she at first was like, yeah. And then she was like, no. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, what? No, what? What the fuck?
Like, yeah.
Yeah, what? Brought what? Okay.
And then
back up, you son of a bitch. Okay, you asked her what?
I think I want to be a monk.
So you didn't ask her, you told her.
Yeah.
You wanted to be a monk?
Yeah.
The fuck? At what age?
I forgot, but it's got to be between 8 and 12.
8 and 12. So we're talking about
like third
4,
grade,
5, 6.
Junior high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why did you want to become a monk? Because you're like, that's the only way I can escape this bitch?
To be honest, yeah.
No, seriously.
Yeah, to be honest.
And that was because that's all you knew.
Well, so this is what I understand, right? And this is what's really unusual. I think it's very unusual for kids to sign up to be a monk for a day or a monk for a week or a monk for 2 weeks.
They sign up, yes. Or to be signed up.
It's very unusual. But some adults will do it. So in Roland Heights, well, I used to be able to go like this. Now it's like really far. But in Roland Heights, or not Roland Heights, I'm sorry, Hacienda Heights, there's a big ass temple over there. Very, very famous temple called Shilai Temple. And over there, they have a bunch of different type of services and ceremonies that you can sign up for. And a lot of them are more like religious based, right? Like if you're Catholic, like, you know, you have like Ash Wednesday or you have Mass or you have like different things that you do. And you have like these ceremonies. Over there, you have all of the typical ones. And then you can do a sign up to be a monk for a day. So I would say that the layers go like this. Sign up to be a monk for a day. Then you can do something where you sign up to be a monk for 2 weeks. Then you can get ordained by the 5 precepts. And
What's
then
a precept? Like a
precept is kind of like a law, almost like a commandment that you will forever abide by.
Oh.
And then, so one of them could be you're vegetarian.
Okay.
Right? So I'll never eat meat ever again. There's another one, I don't know how to say it in English, but there's one that's like a Bodhisattva precept, which is like right underneath the Buddha. In that precept, you got to get incense burns. So you'll get it on your forearms. Like, tss.
What about the ones on the head?
That one is when you become a monk. But this is like some gangster ass shit. So if you want to be a gangster Buddhist, you would go all the way up here and they would tss you in the arm.
Okay.
And motherfuckers sign up for shit like this. I've done all the way up to the 5th precept.
Okay, so what's the first one?
So the first one is
a day?
Yeah, it's a monk for a day.
The second one is 2 weeks.
2 weeks. And then then you go, okay, I'm going to take in a vow.
And you took a vow?
I took a vow.
What was your vow? Can you share it or is it like a wish?
No, I can, as we talk about it, I can see if I can remember it, but I'm sure I break all of them.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure I jacked off a million times after that. Because I don't think jacking off is one of them. And then then you have the Bodhisattva precepts that you get ordained in.
So you stopped at level 3. You're level 3 Buddhist.
Yes.
You're level 3 monk.
Yes.
Or not even a monk yet.
No.
On the way to.
Yeah, but regular people dabble here. You know, the casual church, the casual temple goer is not even any of these. The people that go every Sunday or the people that go just for the Ash Wednesdays of Buddhism, Judaism, whatever, Muslim, like whatever, they're usually playing in this realm.
Yeah.
There's this entire other realm that people don't really dabble in.
Yeah.
And as a kid, my mom signed me up for it.
Okay. So, as a kid when you're 8 or even earlier?
Yeah, I think as early as 8, I did my first one.
Okay, so when you're 8, at this point, are you getting in trouble a lot?
Yeah, I started getting in trouble in
She's like, Buddha, please come save me.
in first grade. That's when I first got kicked out.
Even though you're your own Buddha.
Technically, I got in trouble in kindergarten. Remember in kindergarten?
Klinkenberg?
No. In kindergarten, I didn't speak English. And then so they put me in ESL in a bunch of class full of other Chinese kids. And then my mom went to like open house or whatever. And she was like, wait, why is he in this class? He speaks perfect English. He goes, well, he doesn't respond. And he goes, he speaks perfect English. And then he goes like, do you? I'm like, yeah, I do. And then
you're like,
get your ass back out of there. So I think I was just fucking around too much. So in kindergarten, I was kind of like fucking around. And then first grade is when I first got expelled from my first school.
Okay, got it. So was your mom doing this to save your soul? I don't know how Buddhism works. So I'm only relating it to Catholicism or Christianity.
I don't know if my mom conducted exorcisms on me like at home. I don't know if she thought.
Okay, wait. You can't just fucking graze over that shit. Chill the fuck out, okay?
Shit. Okay, my bad. Damn, what the fuck?
Okay. What the fuck? So she conducted an exorcism on you?
Yeah, she would.
What age?
All under 10. It's a blur, but all under 10. I think by the time I hit 11, she's like, "Ah, fuck it, none of this shit works."
Okay, and is it like a conventional Christian Catholic?
So the one that she would like sit me in the chair. Like, you know, my mom's house is very different, right? Most people don't have a fucking giant altar in their house.
And the TV on 24/7.
Yeah, my mom has a giant altar with fucking candles and incense and all kinds of shit. She has like a mini temple in her house. In the mini temple in her original house, she would sit me on a stool and she would pretty much like do laps around me while chanting for like 30 minutes straight, and then while waving incense, and then she'll have her own holy water, splash the holy water. Like, if there are any demons or ghosts attached to this guy, please let him leave. Please let him leave. Your mom
sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, and then she would just go around me, and then she's like chanting and splashing holy water, and I'm just fucking sitting there, like
all cold and shit, all drenched.
I'm like, I don't know. Hopefully, I mean, when you're a kid, you kind of believe it, you know. When you're a kid, you're like, fuck, maybe I am possessed. Like, get out. I don't want to get in trouble.
God damn. Okay. So the exorcism didn't work, obviously. So then her next, I don't know. Obviously, it's not going to be in this order, but it just makes sense in my head. Then she's like, I know.
Well, I don't know if it's a progression like that, the way you're laying it out.
I see.
I don't know if it's like, I have a troubled kid. Here are my steps to fixing him.
Yeah.
Or is it, yo, this is like my rock climbing and I'm a single mom. And it's going to be hard for someone to babysit my kid for a whole day.
Yeah.
Might as well have my kid come with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know the intention.
Yeah, you never asked.
Yeah, I never asked. I was not smart enough. I'm a kid. So I don't know.
I mean, now, dude.
Yeah.
Now, obviously.
Yeah,
now.
I never asked her what the intention was or how we got there.
Yeah.
I just know I got there. And then when I'm there, like for the whole day, there's 0 other kids in the program. You know, there's usually like.
So let's go back.
Yeah.
Got it on the exorcism. It didn't work. We don't know why she sent you to monk school. It could be because, like you said, no babysitter, hobbies, or this motherfucker possessed. I can't deal with it.
Yeah, because those are a bunch of different timelines and intentions. I don't know if they line up like that.
I see. Okay, so did she tell you were going to go to monk school? Was she like, hey, today, or like, was there any prep?
Yeah, she'll just be like, it's called Bakwan Zaijie, is the day one. And then she'll just be like, hey, tomorrow we're going to Bakwan Zaijie or whatever. And I'm just like, all right, you know, or I get my ass beat, so might as well go.
Okay, so what was that like? Day one, you show up.
So it's tough. You show up like late at night.
Yeah.
And at
What's
that temple.
What's late? Like midnight?
Probably like 9 or 10.
Oh, why?
Because you want to show up during a time of silence to kind of like absorb you into the whole like thought and vibe of it.
Oh. Wow.
So when you're in this, the rule number 1 is no talking. That's
so how do they receive you? Is it all written?
It's all hand gestures. So there's no talking allowed. It's complete silence for at least 24 hours. So when they come in.
What if you talk? What happens? Do they fucking.
Oh, that I don't know.
You?
No one broke it. No one broke it.
Well, fine, but you're trouble.
Yeah.
You're possessed. You're trouble. That's how much trouble you are.
I stuck to it.
Why? What made you stick to it? Like, why did you respect that and not your mom?
That's a good question. That might even be a result of ADHD, where I was like, oh, this is a cool challenge. Let me try to see if I could zip it for a whole day.
Oh, okay.
You know, so maybe that hit the dopamine. Like, ooh, this is crazy. So yeah, like you would go in 9 or 10, and there's all these like Buddhist barracks behind that temple. So you go in, and then they kind of give you like your robes, your sleeping sheets, and your mattress, and you kind of just receive it. And
They
then
give you a mattress. They hand you a
I mean,
mattress.
like a
Turning
comforter,
into,
like a
turning
comforter,
into Geo.
like a comforter. Yeah, yeah.
Because as you're saying it, I picture
Like
that.
a queen size. It's a waterbed. Holy shit.
Yes, that I was picturing. I was like, the fuck?
Yeah.
These guys are buff.
The other person's inflatable.
That's funny.
No, yeah. And then you kind of, you know how like kind of ants just follow in a line.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like that. So you just show up, and then things are just happening, and then like this. So everyone knows which room to go to. And then so me and my mom are obviously in one room because I'm a kid, fucking like 7, 8 years old. We go in, and then they already let us know. Like there's signs on the wall, like it's what's the how do I translate it? Because it's not like, it's almost like terminate speak. It would be like the direct translation, like your language, your speaking has been terminated. Like signs all over the wall, so you don't say shit. So we go.
What's the point of that?
I think to like, you know,
No. What the fuck is...
like center yourself, like close off your senses, like don't be a fucking Latin bitch. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is that? Like, shh.
I'm gonna fucking kick you in your stupid jaw, all right? I'm gonna align those fucking... That underbite is gonna go...
Backwards.
It's gonna go back in.
And you guys, so I'm gonna thank you.
Yeah. All right. That didn't work out. All right?
All right.
Because I wanted to fucking cause you pain, not make you cosmetically fucking beautiful.
No, but that's yeah, it's like whatever expressive, like, oh, did you try this? Is so good. Or like, did you hear what
Yeah, it's
Nancy
like shut
did?
the fuck up.
None of that.
No noise pollution.
Yep. Like center, suck your senses out, boom. And then eyes only on nose tip, or eyes on hands together. So when you're walking around now, you either your hands.
Who tells you that? Is the guy just pointing at all the rules?
No, they'll like, so once they receive everyone and everyone's kind of like in some sort of formation, they just lay down some of the ground rules.
Speaking?
Yeah, only one person speaks, the leader, obviously, and then that's it. So when you're walking around, you have to walk around like this.
Why? What's this do?
It's some sort of like, I don't know, Buddhist circulation and like very zen and like.
What hand goes on top of what?
Right goes on top of left. You go like this. And so when you're walking around, you only walk around like this. You can't swing your arms, nothing like that. And you're always walking in a very solemn way, you know? Almost like the way like religious figures would walk, where they kind of have like this type of pace.
Yeah, like
where
they're
it's
floating.
Like, where they're like a very like ground yourself, deep diaphragmatic breathing type of like way. So either eyes on the nose, like this. So
You're looking at your own nose or other people's
your
nose?
own nose. You're just looking down. So
but you guys have such little noses. You don't even see it. Can you see your nose?
Yeah, right there. You just walk. Everyone.
I don't really see my tip. I just see like, oh, I guess I do.
It's a figure of speech. Okay, no one has Asperger's when they're trying to be a Buddhist monk.
The fuck?
No one's going. Excuse me, but my nose is small. I cannot see it. Everyone goes eyes to the nose, and there's like everyone just like this already. Everyone got it, okay? Maybe Asians are smart. Maybe you'd ask the stupid Latin questions there.
Hey, you know what, you motherfucker?
What? Hey, why are you doing it like that? Why are you doing it like that? I was just copying you.
You did it first.
No, I saw your hand like this. I was like,
yeah,
what the fuck?
my fingers are crooked.
Nah. Yours like this. Holy shit.
No, I was looking at little crocodile.
I knew you were blonde for a reason.
No. Oh, God, you loser. Okay, so eyes on your nose.
Yeah.
Got it.
So
okay.
Eyes on your nose, or either eyes on your palms, or you're walking around like this. So immediately, like if you could think about that, your whole behavioral vocabulary is
muted.
Like this.
Yeah, it's
right?
muted.
Sucked out. No wandering eyes. You can't be like, oh shit, the fuck, this shrine looks sick. None of that. You can't be like, yo, what's that person wearing, or what's that person eating, or what is that? What kind of texture is that? Like your normal wandering eyes of absorbing the world. Nope. Center yourself. So eyes, nose, either walk around like this, speaking has been terminated. That's like within the first 30 minutes, those are the rules. We all get in formation, we take our shit, and then we go to...
You take your mattress.
Yeah, we take our fucking comfort or whatever. And then we go to the one that's one day. We all sleep in the same room. There's like 30 strangers. You all sleep in the same room. So everyone goes and do their rollout beds or whatever, and you organize.
Why are you in the same room? Oh, just because it's a fasting.
Probably to get you used to what like a monastery feels like.
Everyone sleeps in the same room?
I think probably in the beginning phases, yeah. So we all roll out our shit, and then we're all just kind of like, you know, like fucking, what is it, like double lotus, whatever they call it, where your both feet are like this. If you can make it, then you do that position. And then so that's like starting. And then nightfall comes, so everyone goes to sleep. Everyone shuts the fuck up. No talking, no nothing. And you can only imagine as an 8-year-old, this is like the most boring, most controlling, most unstimulating shit in the whole fucking universe. And you don't even feel like you belong because everyone looks like they're fucking 50 years old or above.
Okay, so that was the receiving part. What does the morning look like? What time are you waking up?
So morning, you wake up at 4.
Okay.
So obviously, I probably could have been 6'2" or 6'4" if I didn't have so much sleep deprivation.
Yeah.
But we wake up at 4. And then the first thing we do is you go down to the bottom of the mountain. So you've been to that temple, right? It's fucking huge. You go down to the bottom of the mountain in formation, and you do this thing where you like take 3 steps and you bow to the ground, like knees on the ground, forehead to the ground, like that. I call them Buddhist burpees. So every 3 steps you do Buddhist burpees while you're chanting like these Buddhist fucking chants or whatever. And you go from the bottom all the way up through the main gate, through the center courtyard to the top gate. And you know how long it takes? I think by the time we're done, it's 7 a.m.
Holy crap.
3 hours. So like in the previous episode where I was like talking about.
People just quit?
No, everyone does it.
No one's crying or complaining?
Maybe people step out like, oh, my back or whatever. And they fucking go to the side or whatever. But I'm with my mom. So not only is it I'm doing this, I know if I have a peep, fucking palm strikes are going to fucking come out of nowhere, you know? And we're in an Asian group, so I ain't suing, no child protective services or whatever. So I just got to go through this whole shit.
Yeah.
So like, 3 hours going all the way up to the top. And I'm fucking like 7 or 8 years old. And you're just doing this. Knees, 3 steps, knees, forehead on the ground. And then come back up and you keep going all the way up to the top.
And your mom thought that was cool for you, huh?
I don't know. I guess so. But like in that other episode, I was talking about how like when I get beat, like I've been able to kind of almost separate myself from my body.
Yeah.
I think these were like the little steps that got me there because I've been in places that are completely fucking horrendous that I fucking hated that I didn't want to be in. So how do I survive a 3-hour thing at 8? I'm probably playing my own cartoons in my head while I'm doing these things, you know?
Fuck. Okay. So now it's 7 a.m. Now what happens?
So 7 a.m., you go, then we all have breakfast. And when you go have breakfast, it's a very like, it's even harder than the military because at least in the military, there's a work time, break, like that. So like when we get to like, let's say chow and boot camp, when you're done with chow, everyone goes outside and then pull up time. During pull up time, you can't like, yo, what's up, play? You can't talk or anything, but you kind of have some free time, shake it out. You got shake it out time. There's no shake it out time. You walk up to the front, you bow, whatever, bathroom break. I guess just shake it out time for bathroom. And then you get in formation. We line up to go inside the Buddhist dining hall. And then there's a specific way you line up kind of like snakes. And then the food comes to you. And then there's a specific way you eat. You have to bring the food up 90 degrees. Like everything is 90 degrees. You don't ever bring your head to the food because that's an animal. So it's always food to the face. And you stay like super upright like this. You hold the rice in your hand like this. And you have a chopstick like this. And then, because, you know, when you're Buddhist and you're trying to be like holy and shit like that, everyone's trying to out holy each other. So everyone's trying to be like very like, oh, I believe in saving the world and resources. Yeah. Whenever everyone's done with their food, everyone's taking tea and pouring it on their dish and their bowl and like drinking all the soy sauce, like to be like, to show that like I'm super grateful. Everyone's trying to outshine each other with like how like, which is funny. Like when I was a kid, it's so ironic because I'm like, I can see what people are doing and I'm also participating, but I can see what people are doing. But I'm like, but if we're not supposed to look at each other and we're supposed to be here, then where does this like Joneses competition come from? Yeah, yeah. Because you would see people go like, and then the other person next to him is like that, you know? And I'm like, everyone's trying to out Buddha each other.
Oh my God. People are going to be fucking people. Okay. Okay. So got it on the eating. And then is there like a specific amount of time that you have to eat?
Kind of. It's not short. It's not like boot camp. Like you only got 2 minutes. Scarf this shit down. You have someone yelling at you. It's just leisurely time, but it's not like eating and talking and having a good time where you like chill with the elbow on the table.
Just quiet the whole time.
Perfect form, up and over like that, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, your mom still eats like that.
Perfect, like 90 degrees. And then after you're done, then we all stand up together. We all file out. And then it's like our first service. So we go back upstairs to where the big shrine is, and then we do our chants for whatever for an hour and shit like that. And you're doing.
And what is that chant like? Like what is that?
So you have like a what I believe, because I haven't visited those materials in a long time. What I believe is, you know how like the original, probably like Christian or even Catholic scriptures are probably all Latin. Well, actually they are. Right? Because when we go to Italy, they still say it in Latin. Then we had the anglicized, like King James version.
Yeah.
So now when you guys are reading stuff, or even when you're reading psalms or singing Christian songs,
it's in English.
They're not. It's not like Gregorian chants.
No.
The Buddhism stuff, I believe, is in Sanskrit, which is like the original Asian continent language. Probably predates the Indian language, I believe. They use the Chinese phonetic version of it. So you use Chinese words, but you're really saying Sanskrit. And when you're reading or when you're like chanting all these things, I don't know what any of it means because it just sounds to me. You know, like one of them would be like, this one would be for something that you would chant if you saw something pass away in front of you and you're trying to like help release them from this world. It would go Namo Omi Dopoye Do Tajatoye Do Diyetamani Do Bopi Yamani Do Shidan Bopi Yamani Do Pijanandi Yamani Do Pijanando Chimiri Chechiro Tsutojari
Sapoho. Oh shit, that sounds crazy.
Yeah, so it'd be
but
like
you don't
that.
know what it means.
I don't know what that means. They're just sounds to mimic Sanskrit, and it's crazy that I haven't been in that world. So you can see how ingrained this shit is in me. Like that whole phrase I have memorized, and I haven't touched it in 20 years.
That is nuts.
Yeah.
That is nuts. Because sometimes shit happens or you get scared and like you want to do the fucking Lord, what is it? The Lord's Prayer or the Father's Prayer? I don't know what it is.
Yeah, like give us our daily bread, whatever.
Yeah, that one. And I always forget it. I'm like, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Okay, maybe I do know that one, but yeah, not like that.
At least that's words.
It is words.
My shit's fucking sounds and shit, but I've done it so much. I memorized the sounds. So one of the most famous ones is in Chinese is called Ami Tuo Jing. And the Ami Tuo Jing, when you read it beginning to end, nonstop at the pace I just read it, is probably 30 minutes long.
Oh my God.
It's 30 minutes long just at that pace that I just read it. That thing, as a kid, I had it memorized. That's how many times I've said it.
Do you think though, because now working with Taika, it probably wasn't even that hard for you to remember. Because you're a kid.
It's fucking hard.
Oh, fine.
Imagine 30 minutes straight. Imagine how many, probably hundreds of thousands of words and how many times I had to do that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's like, I don't even know how long Martin Luther King's like I Have a Dream speech is.
Yeah. But
like imagine you memorizing that. How long do you think it'll take you to memorize that speech?
Fucking a week. If that's all I do.
And now imagine you're 8.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm probably never going to memorize
You
it.
had to have done it thousands of times.
Yeah.
So that's how long I've done it. So you do that.
Damn.
You do Ami Tuo Jing. Then you chant like Ami
I feel so suffocated just listening to your stories.
Yeah, then you do Ami Tuo for a fucking long ass time, and you do like these like almost like remember the snake game on like Nokia?
Like a figure 8?
Not a figure 8. You're just going through all the aisles.
Oh,
Like the snake game.
Yeah.
And then so you're just chanting and walking and chanting and walking, and then you sit down and you chant some more, and then you cross your legs.
So what's the point of this? The monk. Be the monk for a day.
I think like this from a scientific point of view, or from what point of view?
Religious. Like what's the point of it?
I
then
guess
tell me the scientific.
I would say from a religious point of view, maybe to see if you like it. Is this the next step you want to take? Do you want to know what it feels like to be part of the the clergy, I guess.
What about-
From a more scientific point of view,
Yeah.
maybe it's a good detox from the real world.
Oh.
That like sensory deprivation, right? It's like the same reason why people like going camping. It's like, why do you want to go camping? You're just gonna get fucking dookie nuggets, and you're not gonna shower, and you're gonna get sand in your eyes.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah. It is a
charcoal on your
detox.
fingers. But people like that because they get to detach from electronics, from TV, from the mortgage, taxes, daily stresses. They're like, they feel free in nature, right?
Yeah.
So I think this is, from a scientific perspective, why people like to do it over and over. They probably feel a big detox from the stuff that normally,
Like clouds them.
yeah, like the demons in their own mind, because
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
have room for that. You're just sucked in. You know?
Yeah. Okay, so now there's mass.
So you do, yeah, the Buddhist mass, you do that, and that's probably like 2 hours long.
No.
Yeah, because you read that whole fucking book, and then after you read the whole book, you do the fucking little snake shit. Then after the snake shit, you sit down and you
God, I
chant some
feel
more.
like-
And then after the fucking chanting, then you have 30 minutes of meditation.
What?
And then you're just sitting there like this with your fucking double lotus if you could do it. And you're just like this.
Why 30 minutes?
I don't know. I don't know why.
That's what they tell you, or is it just like it just stops and it's just quiet for that long?
It's just quiet for that long.
Oh
Yeah, and everyone's just sitting there. And then pretty much now it's like,
Well, I guess I don't mind it as an adult, but I think the suffocation for me, where I'm like, oh God, I can't breathe. Like I keep moving my sweater because I feel like it's choking me.
Yeah.
Just listening to your stories. Just trying to think at 8. What the fuck was I doing when you were a monk? 8 years old, 4th grade. School. During the weekends, I would wake up, and go to ballet class. That's what I was doing.
I'm talking about, so that's what you're doing on Saturday? Because these things are on a Saturday.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing on Saturday.
Yeah.
Wake up early in the morning, and I love ballet. It was so much fun, and I saw my friends.
Yeah.
I was just fucking with you. But no, really, that's what I was doing. And then go home and just kind of veg out at home. And then Sunday morning rolls around. Sunday morning cartoons. A little bit of Soul Train. Remember Soul? Oh, you probably don't remember Soul
I remember
Train.
Soul Train was dope.
Okay, so the Soul Train would play. Maybe that was Saturday. But yeah, I just remember like it was just chill.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing.
I remember showing up at school and they're like, oh, I saw Beauty and the Beast on ice. What did you do? I'm like, monk for a day.
Okay, so 2-hour ceremony, 30 minutes of meditation.
Yeah, the whole thing is like 2 hours.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And
the
then-
first meal was like your breakfast?
Yeah. And then now you have kind of like a what's the word? Like
Intermission?
kind of like community service rehab. So
Rehab?
everyone has like an hour and then everyone's assigned a thing to do to contribute to the temple.
Oh.
So whether like you're sweeping here, but it's a shh, right? It's not gossip time. It's like, yo, did you like that tofu we
Yeah,
ate? It's
yeah.
like, oh, that's vegetarian, by the way, obviously. It's you're doing your thing. Like this guy's gonna go polish that doorknob. This person's gonna go sweep over here. This person is like putting stuff up.
Why are Buddhists vegetarian?
So you know, like one of the centerpieces of Buddhism is reincarnation. So you reincarnate into animals or whatever, right? So
Why
like,
not plants? You don't reincarnate to plants?
no, they don't consider plants like a living thing. They consider
So only animals are living
they
things. And obviously
consider they
humans.
consider gods living things. They consider
What's a god
like a
in Buddhism?
greater than human being.
Okay.
So in
But-
Buddhism, if you look at if you put the Buddhist lens on, right? In the Buddhist lens, I believe there are 3 positive levels. The 3 positive levels are human is the bottom one. And then there is, I believe, some sort of like angel type being, and then God. So the Christian God from the Buddhist perspective will still reincarnate. But the way the Buddhists view it is that Buddhism is so vast that in your Christian story, God is big in your story. In our story, God is this small. So when God says he's going to do this for 1,000,000 years, in the Buddhist view, that's 1,000,000 years is tiny. So in the Buddhist view, God in 1,000,000 years will still reincarnate. He still will have to pay for the things that he has done.
Oh damn.
That's how a Buddhist views it. So there's 3 levels. There's humans, there's like angels or something. And this, I don't know the word. I only know the words in Chinese, so that I'm kind of butchering the translation. And then there's gods. Then below there's so these are like the 3 earthly creatures, and then there's like the 3 unearthly creatures, and then so it's animals, and then there's another one where it's called like you be turned into a demon, and then the last one is hell.
Oh.
So you will reincarnate, and the reason why they don't eat living things is whatever you're eating could have been someone else's mom, your own mom, because you don't know if you're from a past life. You know what I mean? Because we're all reincarnating, so we don't know who runs into who. So that's why they just lay off of not killing any living animals. That's why like milk is okay technically, because you don't have to kill anybody. Eggs are okay because you don't technically have to kill anybody. Yeah.
So, I mean, eggs, you kind of are stopping it.
No, they laid them already.
Yeah, but not to the full term or whatever it's called.
No, they're like non-jizzed on parts. Because if you jizz on them, then like if chicken jizzed on them,
all right, bro, you don't gotta call it jizz.
Cream pie.
Like that's not even a cream pie. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
So those are like that's like the 6 levels pretty much, and then so yeah, that's why you don't that's why it's vegetarian.
Okay, so now we're at the community service part. Everyone, and how long does that take?
I don't know.
What was yours?
They would assign me different things.
What were some of the things?
Like sweeping, or like just being a messenger, taking a stack of like papers from here to over there, putting decorations on.
How did they tell you? They just hand it to you?
Yeah.
And how do you know where to take it? Oh.
And then the person down there is like, like it's pretty like, unless you're an idiot, you kind of know what's happening.
Yeah.
Like if someone hands you a broom, you don't go like, let me scratch my back with it. You're like, oh, okay. You just start fucking sweeping.
Oh my God. And do you remember how you would feel during this whole time? Were you just like bored out of your goddamn mind? Or were you just like, I mean, this is what the shit my mom does. So I'm just kind of used to all of it.
I would try to find ways to try to kill time. So like, obviously mine is a little bit harder because if they give me a broom, I can't just go off and sweep. My mom's watching me too. So she's like, you're sweeping next to me.
Your mom was also sweeping?
I'm like, motherfucker. So I'm like sweeping. So I actually have to sweep. So sometimes I'll just try to like go in the bathroom and then like count the tiles or something. So I'm so fucking bored, So I'm like, I gotta go pee. And I go sit on the toilet. I'm just like counting the tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like that. And I'm like, fuck, I guess I count all the tiles, go back outside.
Oh my God. Okay. So now the sweeping part happens at around like.
Yeah, like pretty much right before lunch.
Okay.
Do the same thing for lunch. The whole snakes file in, eat, fucking 90 degrees, whatever, all that shit. And then after that, then there's kind of like a nap time. But then it's like nap time. So everyone goes back to...
No shit. What else would be... Of course.
So, I don't know. I thought it would be like, hey, halftime, take a little break. Like don't have your heart up in your chest. But like, no. And then so we carry that whole vibe into everyone, single file line, back to the place you're supposed to sleep. So everyone's sleeping like...
You have to sleep in a certain position?
Well, you're carrying that vibe into it. There's no rules, but because of everything we just experienced, no one's like, like fucking like that, and like 2 pillows, all comfy. Nah, everyone's like, shit, it's time to sleep. So,
fucking vampire time.
Yeah, or if you fucking like,
with the fucking this thing.
Yeah, like fuck it.
God damn. Okay, so there's your. Did you nap?
Yeah, I probably knocked the fuck out.
Right, you were up at 4.
I'm probably so fucking tired.
So then that's nap time. What happens after nap time?
I probably was napping during the meditation. I was probably like...
I know.
During that,
Yeah, so then what happens after you wake up?
So after you wake up, then you got...
And do they wake you up?
Afternoon ceremony.
Or you just kind of hear people kind of slowly?
No, there's like a like different Buddhist instruments. Like ding, ding, ding. And everyone's like, oh, okay, time to get up.
Were those instruments played during like lunchtime? You know how they have like the cow?
Yeah, like that kind of stuff. They play it during lunchtime. They play it during ceremonies. They play it during the bow all the way up to the mountain because like ding, it's like it tells you what steps to take, and then they're chanting along.
Damn dog.
Yeah.
Okay, so you wake up and you do what?
So you wake up, then you have your afternoon ceremony. It's like another 2 hours long.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you have that. And then.
And now we're talking about 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then so you do that, and then I think.
Do you know what time it is at all, other than the sun? Obviously.
Nah, not really.
There's no clock. It's like a casino.
Well, there probably is, but you're not supposed to look at it. Remember, eyes on the nose.
Yeah. So
you can't be like like mid meditation and like. You can't be looking at the clock like the way a fighter does in the UFC. You know, like. You can't. You're meditating, right? Everyone's meditating like this. So if like a motherfucker opens his eyes, like the person that's leading it is like looking at you, and you're like, "Oh shit, damn player." You know what I mean?
Fuck.
Yeah, you better close your eyes. You can't be like everyone's like meditating, and you're like, you know, then like look at like what the fuck's going on? Yeah.
Okay, so now we're talking about maybe 3 o'clock, 4, second ceremony. What happens now?
Then some more like afternoon rehab, fucking community service type shit. Then you have dinner, same thing, and then at night like a 2-hour speech from like the head monk, like about life lessons and stuff like that.
Okay, and then you gotta go home.
And then
oh no,
you
oh no.
Yes, and then you get to go home.
You hand back the mattress.
And by the time you go home, then you're like, it's like fucking like 8 or 9 o'clock at night.
Fuck. Okay, so now with the 2-week one,
yeah.
Did you do that one?
I did that one.
Holy
So the
fuck.
monk for a day, I've done that multiple times. Like I don't know how many times I've done it, but multiple
More than 5?
times. More than 5 for sure.
No.
Yeah. Multiple
no,
times.
I just want to hug you, dude.
Yeah.
How fucked.
So it's not one of those like, oh, I did it one time. It's like I've done it multiple times. And then the 2-week one I've done multiple times too.
No.
And the 2-week one is the exact same thing.
On steroids.
On steroids with a little bit more free time in between, where I think people get comfortable. Because you know when you're on the first day, it's like super like, what's the word?
Rigid?
Like best behavior.
Yeah.
Then people loosen up a little bit, you know? So maybe like halfway through it, you'll be like, oh, I saw like your son's like kind of sleepy. Like maybe you should give him some tea. Like, but they're whispering like that. So there's a little bit.
They gave you caffeine?
No, they're just like, but they'll just have like little whispers now.
Oh.
You know?
So
like,
that's 2 weeks.
Like, hey, tomorrow morning when we go early in the mountain, it's gonna be really cold, so wear an extra jacket. Like there's like a little bit more of the small talk, but it's still pretty similarly structured.
Oh my god! And now you have your own room, or is it still with everyone?
That one you have your own room.
And you were with your mom.
I'm with my mom.
And how is that with your mom?
So and my mom when we go in a room, but then we're like whispering to each other.
Okay, good. Because I was like, is she still holding that in the room?
No. And imagine like a big ass fucking Airbnb with like, I don't know, 8 rooms in it. So people will share. And then there is a kitchen in that house. So when you're off duty, so technically you're off duty as a monk at night, when people run into each other in there, they will whisper. So like, let's say, you know, my mom's always drinking hot shit. She'll be making like hot tea or something. And if someone else that's part of the program walks in there, she'll be like, excuse me, would you also like some hot tea? And she's like, oh, no, okay, thank you. So you have a little bit of small talk like that. It's like, oh, no, okay, cool. Your son's very cute. How long is he doing this for?
They didn't say that.
They'll do that.
All right.
Because I think for them, they're more actually like, are you gonna really put your son through this shit for fucking 2 weeks? What the fuck? You know. But then I think instead of saying that, they go, oh, your son's very cute. They always say that because I'm the only kid there. There's no other fucking kid there.
Sucks. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, so then there's the 1 day, the 2 week. What's the third one? The third level?
The third one is the 5 precepts.
Oh, that's when you. What is that
so
like?
You take a vow of.
But is it after doing the 2 weeks?
Oh no. So they're just separate.
No. I know. But is it like so the 5 precepts or whatever? What is that like then?
That is, I believe, like a 2 or 3 day service.
For how long is a service? Like fucking 48 hours, 72 hours?
Morning till night for 3 days.
Non-stop?
No, you got to go sleep and stuff.
So it's ceremony. So it's wake up, ceremony, or breakfast, ceremony, lunch, ceremony. Shut the fuck up. And what's happening in the ceremony?
So these ones will be like the first day is like full repent. You know?
Oh.
Like, let it all, I fucked up.
What does a kid have to repent?
I don't know, stealing fucking marshmallows and shit.
Yeah, not listening to their parents.
But full repent the first day.
I mean, Catholics do that
and you
too.
bow about 7,000 times up and down Buddhist burpees, and you bow a million times. Repent, 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 repent. Then the second day is kind of like, I guess, the absorbing of like holiness, and like you're reading all these scriptures and stuff. And then the third day they give you a special robe because now you earned it, and you get to wear a special robe.
You don't keep the robe.
You keep the robe.
Oh, cool. Where are your robes?
It's my mom's house.
And you probably have like 30 of them.
I got quite a few of them.
Oh my God.
They definitely don't fit anymore.
Right.
But I had a bunch of them.
That's crazy bones. Do you have to pay for all this stuff?
That I don't know, but I'm sure you do.
I'm sure you do,
Yeah.
right?
If you got to pay for a powerlifting competition, I'm sure you got to pay for these things.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I see churches and shit as more of a communal thing, like a community thing. So,
yeah,
but I mean, I get it. Yeah. There's material costs. Nothing is free.
Yeah, I forgot let me see if I could even look it up. But there's like 5 Buddhist precepts. Let me see. 5. I don't even know if that's the English word. Damn. Oh yeah, it popped up. It is. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
The first one is refrain from taking life, not killing any living being. So you take a vow of that. So no ants, no flies, no nothing, no mosquitoes.
So you guys do consider insects and stuff like that?
Yeah. Okay. So I broke that a million times. The other one is...
Hey, I don't do that. I mean, I try not to.
I try not to too, but I mean, I fucking hate mosquitoes. Number 2, refrain from taking what is not given. So not stealing. So if someone doesn't give it to you, you can't take it. So no stealing. Number 3, refrain from the misuse of senses. So not having too much pleasure. And the senses are eyes, nose, mouth, ears, touch.
What's the nose?
Smell.
No, I know, but what
so
extra pleasure?
So technically, no perfumes.
Really?
Yeah, because that's indulgence.
Okay, mouth. I mean, gluttony, food, all of that. I get it. Ears.
Like too much beautiful music, I guess.
No.
Yeah. Like you use it just to hear. But you
shouldn't. I bet when your mom was here.
But you shouldn't be listening to music like all day long. You
like
know?
The eyes. Okay, maybe pornography was the first thing I thought of. But what else with eyes that's too beautiful? Just keep staring at your nose?
Technically, you shouldn't be wandering around all the time. Like you shouldn't be like indulging. You know, you should be looking at your eyes just for what you need, and not.
But what if you need to be vigilant? I guess that's what you need.
You need it, yeah. But you shouldn't be looking at art all day, I guess. Yeah.
Then.
Like Avatar, I think it's like
I get it. Okay,
anti-Buddhism. You can't be fucking putting on 3D glasses and go, whoa, what the fuck is this? Like that's technically, yeah. You can't be fucking like fucking Hans Zimmer is fucking.
I bet your mom, when she was living with us, not that your mom's judgmental at all, she's the fucking best, but I'm sure she was probably like, man, Mexicans are savages. Look at this chick. I would come out and I'm wearing all my body splashes and like my perfume and stuff and like my cool clothes. Tyga's just fucking glued to watching Spider-Man.
Yeah, shit like that.
I'm in the car picking you up from the airport, blasting Tyga's playlist. And she's probably like, oh shit, savages.
Yeah, bitch started singing when she got happy too, though.
Huh?
Bitch started singing when she started getting happy too.
She was singing.
See?
Too much pleasure out the mouth.
So that's number 3. Number 4, refrain from wrong speech. So you don't ever want to speak ill. You don't want to talk shit. You don't want to gossip or conspire.
Yeah.
You don't want to be passive aggressive. You don't want any of that stuff. That's no.
These are all great, by the way.
And then the last one is refrain from intoxicants that cloud the mind.
Like drinking, weeds,
ecstasy, whatever, all that stuff.
Hot chicks, hot babes.
Yeah. Technically, I believe there's even 5 herbs you're not supposed to. It's not listed in here.
Yeah.
But like,
remember the Buddhist, like
garlic. Like onion, green onion, like those things are, I believe, are like some sort of aphrodisiac. So it could be altering. So you can't be fucking with those too, because garlic will fucking fuck you up.
Damn. Hey, you want to buy some garlic?
Oh shit. Yeah. Maybe not.
Yeah. Remember. But what about your mouth? That's another sense. Remember that vegetarian spot, the Chinese spot, vegetarian Chinese spot, Monterey Park?
Yeah. Happy Family.
Happy Fam?
I love that place.
I love that place. But yeah, they wouldn't use any of those.
They don't cook with any of those.
I don't know if you told me or someone told me. They told me that they don't use any of it because it alters.
They don't onions. They don't use garlic. They don't use it, but it's delicious.
Damn.
And neither do any of the Chinese vegetarian temples. They don't cook with any of that stuff either, which is crazy because a lot of the temples have bomb vegetarian food.
I wonder what the other 4 are. If garlic's one of them. Because
Garlic-
garlic is... What do they do when they drive through the fucking... What's that city?
Gilroy?
Yeah. What do? They just take a detour?
Probably goes this.
Wow.
Shun it out.
So then, this is a lot of repenting that you're doing.
Yeah.
It's a day of repent, day of cleanse, day of like rejuvenizing.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you had to give something up, you said?
No.
Oh, not at this time.
No.
So this is level 3. Where we're at.
So
day,
day
2
2 weeks.
5.
5, yeah.
So this is the 3rd level.
Yeah.
And that's where you stop.
That's where I stopped. The 4th one was going to get like incense burn and shit. And then it goes from 5 precepts to, I don't know how many, maybe 10 now. And then that one, that Bodhisattva precept one, you have to be vegetarian.
Oh. But it's already
this
in
one,
the 5.
This one, no, it's not. This one you don't have to be.
Oh, how does that work?
Well, this one, you can't kill an animal, but if it's killed already, you can eat it.
Oh, I see.
But then the other one, you must be vegetarian.
So your mom is number 4?
Surprisingly, she never went through with that one. But I believe she lived the life of one. I don't know why she didn't go through with that one.
You should ask her and kind of put the pressure on her.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I did it at 8.
Yeah, I did.
Dude, imagine like this is something I do think about. Obviously, I'm speaking from a Catholic perspective here because that's the only religion I really was immersed in. And I wasn't even immersed that much. My mom didn't really like the organized religion part of it, like where the civilians are running it, because there's just so much corruption and, you know, kind of like what you were saying where like everyone's trying to up the holiness of themselves, like with each other. So she never really enforced it or emphasized it like super crazy for us to do that.
Because the Catholic priest per church, they're technically normal people, right?
What does that mean? Oh, like they can get married and
like
do
they
all
don't
that
go
stuff?
home to a family. Do they go home to like a family and they have kids and stuff?
I believe
or
so.
Or do they live there?
No. I believe so. I think they might rotate, but I might not be the best person.
Because I know when you're a pope, you can't.
I have no idea.
Right?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't super emphasized, but just the part of like, yeah, you can check it out.
Pull it up, Jamie.
Yeah, pull it up, Jamie Bart. But what I'm trying to get to is, wouldn't it be nuts? So, okay, let me backtrack a little bit more. For us right now, we haven't put Taika in any of it because you're Buddhist, I'm Catholic. So Taika, we haven't really made him go to like make his first communion, or we haven't baptized him. I don't know what Buddhists...
Oh, so they can't. Catholic priests cannot marry.
Oh, well, maybe I'm thinking Christian.
They can be married before, but once you become one, you cannot marry because...
I'm thinking Christian or pastors.
Because they're supposed to be celibate.
And that's where all the corruption comes with all the little boys, you little sick bastards.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they're just unholy, fucking deprived, sick bastards.
So anyway, the priests, are they who you call like, hey, Father?
I have no idea.
Like Father Joseph?
Possibly. I guess so. Maybe that's Christian. I really don't know.
I see.
What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So with Taika, we've never really enforced your side or my side. This was my question. When we get baptized, like at like an infant, toddler, age, like months, we get baptized. What do you guys do any of that?
No.
You guys are just born.
You don't need a Costco card to be in it.
Oh, okay.
Like there's no like, where's your card? Can't come inside.
Dude, my mom was telling me.
It's pretty loose. It's pretty like.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I think the way they view it, it's Buddhism feels very holistic because it's not like this is our way. And if you don't go this way, you're not going this way. It's not like that. It's more like this is how it is. Like the whole world reincarnates. Like this is the way it is. So you do what you want to do. But if you want to figure out how to get out, we might be able to provide some answers. It's more like that.
That's so cool. You know how ours is. Fuck, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So with Taika, we didn't do any of that. And like the older I'm becoming, obviously death and like my fate is like getting closer and closer, more at the forefront of my thinking.
Yeah.
Like we just saw your dad, you know, he just passed. So there's like, we're at the age now where like our parents are getting really old and like just these things are just more bound to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely more aware and like concerned of like, when I was younger, I'm like, I'm just atheist or agnostic, not even atheist, but I'm just agnostic. Like I do believe in some higher something. I don't necessarily believe that it's
this God or that God.
Jesus or like I don't have a thing for it.
Yeah.
But now because I'm older, I'm going, but what if?
Yeah.
You know, like, am I doing my son a disservice now? This was the conversation I was having with my mom, and my mom obviously was very excited to hear this conversation because she's religious and she's not as devout as your mom, but she definitely has strong spirituality and faith and stuff. So when I was telling her, like, you know, I think I want to baptize Taika because what's the worst that can happen, right? Like, let's say, knock on wood, something were to happen to him and he passes away and something, then it's like, maybe this could have helped him, you know, like him getting baptized, like the rules that you're supposed to follow. Maybe it is true. We don't know. But if it's not true, is it going to hurt him? We don't know, right?
Oh, actually, there is some form of baptizing. I just realized.
Oh.
So I guess that's level 1. It's called Gwei, and I think that was so pussy I completely forgot about it and the whole other things that we talked about.
Okay, what is it?
So it's just like a 1-hour ceremony. Everyone goes, and then you just sign up, and then everyone does it together. So there could be 100 people that get done together in that 1-hour ceremony. So you kind of go, you bow, you do all the stuff, and you read the scriptures, and at the end, the head monk like reads out all the names of everyone that's been on the list, and then everyone is
a Buddhist.
Then you light some incense, and then now you're like, okay, cool, I'm formally a Buddhist.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've done that too. I
assumed.
I just forgot that.
Damn. So like now this is where I'm at, where I'm like, do I want to do that with Taika? Like I don't know. You know, like I don't know what. Obviously, no one's gonna know. This is where the faith comes in. But I'm like, should I be doing more for Taika? There's like times too where I'm like, I want to start explaining to him like he'll hear Jesus and like God and stuff like this, and I'm like, he's not curious enough. But I'm also like, at what point? Like, I'm just kind of in this weird middle area with him.
I think we just stay in the middle area. If you feel like a compelling need to do it, let's do it. But I don't think. Cuny. But I think for most people, it's what's gonna be reinforced.
Yeah.
You know, if it's like if you're like, I want to get baptized because I'm always gonna refer to the 10 Commandments or whatever, then okay, cool, it makes sense.
But yours sounds way cooler.
Yeah.
The way the philosophy behind it, it sounds more realistic. Or that's not even true. Not realistic. That's not the right word. It feels like or it sounds like it aligns with my way of thinking more.
You know what's cool about Buddhism?
What?
You can be Christian and be Buddhist too. But you can't be Buddhist and Christian.
How the fuck does that work?
Because remember, in Buddhism, God that we know, Jesus, is just on one of the levels.
Mm. So what's the highest level? God?
The highest level is Buddha, and that's even what God is trying to be. Like they're trying to become enlightened so those 6 levels I just told you about, you're trying to
get out of it.
Become fully enlightened, and then so that you're no longer in the reincarnation.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see. So then you're not even part of a level anymore. You're out because
you're out of the level.
To be part of the reincarnation levels, you have to fall in one of these 6.
Yeah. And then once you're out, you can be anywhere at once. You could be even in the Buddhist scriptures that we've been reading, the one that I was saying that like takes 30 minutes to read out loud, word by word, it talks about how there's 10,000 galaxies, 10,000 universes traveling from it talks about all these worlds. I don't know how true they are, but they talk about like there's one world where everything looks like it's full of gems. There's another world that's like full of like the most beautiful leaves you've ever seen, and it's just like tens of thousands of different galaxies, and within tens of thousands of galaxies, there's tens of thousands of universes and tens of thousands of planets, each per every single one.
That's crazy because in what you're describing, it sounds like we're still having a human experience, right? Mm-hmm. Finding beauty in human things, like leaves.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like like gems. Like you would think if once we're out of this and you're enlightened, there's things that we just don't even comprehend.
You're not gonna have an emotional attachment. Yeah.
Not even emotional attachment, but just so the only way I can describe it is like, you know how every species sees this world differently?
Yeah.
Some like bees see things in ultraviolet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So like that's what I mean. Like we're no longer human because we're enlightened, but in what you're shares and talks about these galaxies and these gems and these leaves. And I know you're like paraphrasing or you're just trying to simplify it. But it doesn't sound like it's something that's no longer human. Like
they do.
No. What? Like in what way?
Like they'll be like, the water is flowing red, and like rocks are floating on the water. Like they'll describe things like that.
Oh, like some alien type shit.
Yeah, beyond the stuff that you're able to comprehend.
Got it.
And also keep in mind these scriptures are written 5,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Where they don't know that bees can see.
Oh, true.
Other things, you know, they're
True.
literally like a Buddhist giving a sermon, and someone's like writing down like everything the Buddhist is saying. So that's kind of like the Bible too, right? Or like the burning bush. Like, what does that mean? Yeah. Is it like he was tripping on DMT, or like is it really a burning bush? Like, what is it?
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So it's like that, and then so they talk about like how big the world is, and then so it's in Buddhism. Because of that, you can technically be Christian and be Buddhist.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because it's within the same world.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The way they see it.
Yeah. I told you this a while back, but like, you know, I've been so busy now that I don't really think about it as much. But I think once my life starts slowing down a little bit more, I definitely do want to start working on my spirituality. Not necessarily tying it to a specific religion, but I do want to start building that up with myself because I just see so much benefit in it. Like it's a type of meditation, it's a type of affirmations, it's a type of like communal thinking, it's a type of like really awesome philosophy centered around like love, you know, that I like.
Would you start it off with ayahuasca?
Oh, I don't even connect that because I just see it as drugs. And I know it's done for a spiritual, like it's a ceremony. I
just see that with like dead mouse and like.
Yeah. So I don't even connect the two.
Oh, I see.
Because I feel like this is my own thinking, and I don't even know if it's correct because I'm just kind of feelings. So for me to want to take medicine, I feel not medicine, but ayahuasca. I feel like I need to be plant medicine. I feel like I need to be in a place where I already have, like, I've tapped out all my natural resources, where I've done the studying, I've done the whatever rituals or whatever I need to do, and I'm really connected with it, and I've just kind of hit a wall. And I'm so in tuned with it and into it, and like my faith is really strong in it that now I'm like, okay, now I'm ready. But I feel like doing that first, it's just going to give me a disconnected experience that I feel like I won't get the best out of it, but who knows? But that's how I see it. So if I were to do ayahuasca now, it's for me to clean or like understand myself in this spot.
For me, I think I'm there. That's why.
Oh, where you're just ready to move on?
I feel like I've been so invested in religion that the only people that I've ever spoken to, regardless of their religion, that I feel like are more spiritual than me, are the people that have done it because they've seen it. You know, like the stuff that they talk about that they've seen, like, oh man, I seen the fucking kaleidoscope. It was fucking crazy. Like that's literally the kaleidoscope shit that they're saying in, you know, like the thousands of gems, the fucking geometric shapes, like that kind of shit. That's the stuff that I've been reading in my scriptures. So since I had that book memorized from the cover to cover, I think the next the next phase in my spirituality,
that's it,
is to see it firsthand based off what I've seen people talk about.
Or you've heard it,
yeah, because I've been in it so much.
Yeah, I know you've been in it.
You know, and then I've been out of it because I'm like, fuck, this is fucking crazy. Like I'm so young. But if I were to take it to the next level, that would be the next level. Or else everything else, it's either I become a full-on monk or like ayahuasca. Like I've gotten to the brink of it, you know?
Damn.
Like I've done so much religious shit that most people have never committed that hard to. I've spent spring breaks at the fucking
Temple.
the temple,
Yeah.
as a kid.
I can't even believe you did all this. That's fucking crazy. At 8 years old, I can't even imagine it. But yeah,